I don't even know why I have to address this. Like, I'm like, so I'm gonna say it in this video once and for all. Now, this might get a little controversial. Hello there, it's me, Natalie, and today I'm doing a video I've never done on this channel. I am doing a get ready with me, chatty, makeup, hair, and spilling the beans on what's going on in my life. I wanted to catch up with you guys. I asked you guys on Instagram to ask me anything that you wanted. It's been so long since I sit down and do a little bit of like a life update type of videos. So I'm gonna be talking juice stuff today. Pregnancy. I just wanna take a pregnancy test, that's it. Rosalina. What's the deal there? My life, moving, my boobs, how I'm doing, all that jazz. So let's get started. Let's zoom into my pimples, cause my skin's not doing good. All right, so the very first thing I'm gonna be addressing today are pregnancy rumors, because that is what they are. And honestly, I take full responsibility for this. This was my fault, okay? Let me explain. So when I first started YouTube memberships, I thought it'd be kind of fun. Me and my team sat down and we're like, okay, what's a fun way that we can incorporate Rosalina, my twin sister, more on that later on. What is a fun way that we can get people excited for memberships? Membership is kind of like a really fun selective group of people that pay a little bit of a premium to watch other content from mine, and just like they get extra perks. We thought, oh my god, how fun would it be to kind of have like a skit-like thing of Rosalina being pregnant. I don't know what I'm doing because I don't know how to talk and do my makeup. Okay. In that video, I clearly stated, I said, guys, I am not pregnant. I stated that, but I still get people asking me on the street, oh my god, Natalie, congratulations for your pregnancy. And I just stand there awkwardly and I'm like, oh, did you watch the whole video? I ended up doing a separate video addressing all of the issues because I didn't want you guys to feel misled. Still, people were confused in the comments. No one understood whether I was pregnant or not, so that became a thing. Fast forward, like maybe 8 months later, I actually ended up taking my first pregnancy test because my period was late. And so I wanted to document that on my vlog channel, Natalie Dennis Show, because I was like, how fun. Like, I've never done a pregnancy test, and I treat you guys like my best friends. Like, if I tell my best friend those stories, I'm telling you guys these stories as well. Like, that's how I want you and me to be. And it confused more people, and they're like, wait, were you pregnant before? And then with the whole thing of my surgery, because I kept saying, guys, I'm going through something right now, I wasn't ready to open up about my breast explant. And so a lot of people were like, oh my god, does she have like a miscarriage? Like, what happened? And I was just like, oh my god. So you can watch full video, I'll link it down below. I am not pregnant, I've never been pregnant. Yes, I did take a pregnancy test. And then Rosalina. Ugh, let's get into this. I don't even know why I have to address this. Like, I'm like, what? I'm confused, but I'm gonna do it for you guys. And I feel like it'll kind of ruin everything, but everybody wants to know, is Rosalina real or is she fake? I just feel like, why do I have to address this? It's so kind of lame. Okay, let me explain. So, Rosalina is my twin sister that I invented. Yes, she's not real, okay? So let's get on into this. Obviously, some people are like, oh my god, duh. Like, of course she's not real, Natalie. But you guys, you would be surprised at the amount of people, it's not just young kids, it's not just young people, it's like older people that ask me,
is she really your twin?
Are you lying to us?
Are you lying to us?
So this is how Rosalina started. Follower way back in the Disney. There, welcome to Beauty Busters. Hello there, people. It's officially fall. Yeah. You would have known that I actually, I would wear that wig for fun in videos. Just for fun. Rosalina has been around, I think, for like 2 years, right, on this channel. And back in that time, I was really into acting, and I really wanted to do like more skit-like things on this channel. And I was really inspired by other people on YouTube that had like a double persona. So like, let's say like Liza Koshy and Jeff? I'm sorry, I don't know his name. Or, Lily Sings and her parents, or Miranda Sings and Colleen. They have like this alter ego. How fun would it be for me to have like a really funny, evil telenovela type of Latin, spunky, fierce, sexy sister? That is where Rosalina was born. She's an alter ego exaggeration of what I've grown up seeing within my own family. Yeah, I didn't want you guys to feel like misled, which I think is what was happening, and a lot of you like kind of stopped trusting me, I feel, and I'm like, that's not worth it. Like, come on. She's just a made-up fictional character. We actually almost had an opportunity with the TV show to do something with Rosalina and myself. So like, think of it kind of like Hannah Montana, but Latin version, you know? And so that would have been really fun, but that fell through, unfortunately, and kind of fortunately, I guess. Oh, I don't know, I feel like I'm telling you guys that like Santa Claus isn't real type of thing. If you guys went on my tour, you know that I did this like huge skit on stage where you guys would have seen that Rosalina like ruined my entire skit on stage.
Mio, help me! Help! No! Please! No!
She comes in and I come out. Well, yeah, that was just me behind the scenes changing like a maniac. And Wenji and Karina were like, oh my God, Natalie, how do you do this? And I'm like, I don't even know. And I'm like rushing to put on the hair, lipstick, the nails, because I would change just like that. For me, Rosalina was just such a fun like element of this channel. It was different. It was something that I was like, oh, you know, I can try to be sassy. I could try to be like this. It was really fun. Fortunately, we didn't realize that I think it was like for a whole month we were like posting Rosalina videos, and I myself, I was sick and tired of it. But at the same time, I was like, oh my God, you know, I promised you guys I would be posting videos every Wednesday and every Saturday. Getting on to that, I know I've seen comments where you guys have been like, Natalie, you're not posting that much anymore. And I just want you guys to know there's a lot of things that are happening behind the scenes. I'm gonna be moving. Yes, it's happening. I'm gonna be moving very, very soon. I'm so nervous about it. A lot is happening in my life. Obviously, you guys know now that I had surgery, so that was like another huge thing that was going on in my life that finally is now over with. Yeah, a lot of exciting things. I don't know if I could stick to the whole Wednesday, Saturday type of thing, because sometimes you're just like genuinely not that inspired or like inclined to get on camera and film. I want to be able to always give it my all and feel really proud of the content that I'm putting out. I definitely felt like for a while I wasn't feeling like that. I got a lot of questions as well as my boobies. How am I doing? What's the update there? You know, what's going on with after my breast explant? And I just want you guys to know, if you haven't subscribed yet to the vlog channel, Natalie and Dennis Show, highly recommend you to do it. I've been doing so many like kind of like this type of videos, sit down videos. And I know a lot of you want to see more hacks and pranks on this channel, so they're coming very soon. There's been so many new type of content on that channel, and a lot of it is having to do with my surgery, my breast explant, how I'm doing, how I'm finding, you know, self-love and all that stuff. But like the overall gist, I'm doing fantastic. I feel so great. I'm energized. They're coming together. You know, it's a huge healing process. Like I think they say that it goes anywhere from like 6 months to a full year to actually heal itself and mend itself and do all of that stuff. I'm gonna be at VidCon next week. This video might be up by then. I'm doing a meet and greet, and I'm also doing a panel, which I always get nervous for that stuff. Honestly, I didn't want to go to VidCon this year because of everything that I was going through, but then I was like, no, let's just go. Let's see how it is. You know, it's gonna be exciting since I'm moving to LA anyways. That's the other news. I'm moving to LA. It's so sad. It's not a permanent move or anything like that. It's kind of like temporary, just like for opportunities and things that are going on at the moment. I am kind of excited. I also feel like within me, Dennis and I feel like, okay, it's kind of time for us to do something different. But I have to show you guys like all of the struggles with Rosalina videos, because you guys, it was not easy to play two different people.
Who is prettier?
Baby, is that even a question?
Wait, do you think you should stand a little bit more here?
Baby, is that even a question?
Rosalina, we're twins.
There's always the prettier twin.
I'm Natalie.
And I'm Rosalina.
My twin.
Can you
God, like there were times, okay, well, in the announcement video when I did it, okay, first I need to find this, hold on. I'm so sorry. In the tour announcement video, like first of all, it is not easy to play two different people. Oh my God, like there's a lot of script writing involved in that. And for the video that I was particularly announcing to you guys that I was going on tour, oh my God, that video was such a mess. For one, the very first time we shot that, the audio wasn't working. for like Rosalina's part. So I had to do it all over. The second time, I think the lights in the back weren't on. So when we split the screen half and half, one of the lights was on and the other was not on. And like the third time, some other crap happened. It was like literally the worst thing that could ever happen on set, and I was so stressed out. But there's been so many times like that. And there's also like funny moments where, so I need to sit down with someone and that person needs to say their script, and then I'll kind of like react back to it because there's no way in hell I'll remember like all the lines. And so usually that person would be my sister Angelica, and it's just hilarious. But thanks Angelica for helping me. You guys should definitely go check out her channel. She is moving today. Not that that has anything to do with that, but you guys should subscribe. She's been really consistent with YouTube, and we are actually posting a collaboration video next week, and I'm so excited for it. It's so good. It's so funny. So how many boyfriends did you have before Dennis? Okay, Dennis makes fun of me because of this, but let me just say I was a little player. I had, ooh. Okay. Yeah, 6 boyfriends. I always I wanted to have a boyfriend. Like that was kind of like my thing. I don't know what it was. I feel like it was more important back then. Like people are more independent now, even like younger kids, middle school kids, like they don't need to be with someone, which I think is amazing because you are just growing into yourself. And not to say that I ever had like really serious relationships. Dennis was like my real like first serious, I'd say, relationship. I would say like don't rush into it. You know, I think there's so much time left, and in this great scheme of things, like I don't know, personally for me, if I'm with someone, like I wish I would have dated to get married, if that makes sense, because then it's kind of like just a waste of time and a huge heartbreak. Like obviously not everybody has that vision for themselves. Like you're dating someone, you're like, okay, I'm dating you because I want to marry you. No, people are just kind of like in the moment, which is fun and it's nice. It's such a heartbreak when you guys break up. I don't know, leave me comments below if you guys have ever had like a really hard breakup. Maybe I could do story time on a really hard breakup that I had. Angelica never had a huge breakup. Matter of fact, her first boyfriend was her husband that she's now with. And I just feel like that's really great because it allows you to really grow into yourself, to know who you are as a person, the things you like, without settling for what the other person likes. Because usually when you're with someone, you kind of become that person. There's a lot of compromise involved. Like, what do they like to eat? Let's do the activities that they also like to do. Let's eat at the restaurants that they also like to eat at. So it's kind of like a huge compromise. But when you're just young, it's just like fun. But I never slept around, that's for sure. I just gotta put that in there because not me. Do you want to have kids, and if so, how many? Now I gotta say, should I do my eyes or my makeup? Oh, I just feel like my skin has been really bad recently and I haven't been getting my period very much. I'm not pregnant, okay? Because my explant, I feel like my body's all over the place. I'm gonna put foundation on because I just want to cover up this face right now. How many kids do I want to have? I think me and Dennis would be really happy with just 2 kids. I'm just scared of birth. Oh Lord, I sometimes look at these birthing videos because they're a beautiful thing. It's majestic. And it's scary, and it's just like, I don't know how many I can push out. I think 2. When I turned 25 this year, which by the way, there's a vlog on that in case you guys want to watch it. But when I turned 25, I just feel like something happened within my heart and my hormones where I was like, I want to have kids. And I was just like, I was even telling Dennis, I was like, do you want to have kids? And he was like, what? Like, definitely not, honey, like not yet. And I got over that phase real quick. Now that I'm 25, I realized, damn, my body's so different than when I was 20 years old. And I used to say, you know, a while back, don't you hate when you wash your brushes? Okay, this is why I don't do these videos, because I'm like a little chipmunk. Like everything just like distracts me and I'm like, bleh. Okay, so anyways, I clean my brushes and now it's dirty. The satisfaction of that one moment, it's probably gonna take me 2 years to clean these again, let's be honest. Anyways, what was I saying? See, I can't do this. I used to say not too long ago that I wanted to have kids when I was 30. Well, now I realize, honey, I don't really want that anymore. My body's just changing. Not to say like, you know, I'm gonna decripple or anything like that. Definitely not. Like I'm trying to be healthier and stuff. But I just feel like it probably is best for my personal body and for my health to have a kid a little bit younger. I would say 2 years I might be having kids. I'm like 25 now. Like how crazy is that? I I don't know when the time passed me by. I feel like I'm still 17. A very mature 17-year-old though. But I still feel like I'm 17. Growing up, man. It's like bittersweet, it's kind of scary. How do you do your makeup so well? Well, thank you so much, girl, for saying that. But I will say I'm very low maintenance. I've been trying to get ready more for the day, for my life, just because I feel like, isn't this real? You guys let me know. People treat you better when you look better. And that's kind of like messed up, but if I'm just out and about in my sweatpants and actually I don't do that. I always feel real ratchet when I do that. I don't wear sweatpants out, but like my gym clothes, right? My Lululemon. When I'm out and about, that type of stuff, I realize that people don't treat me as nice as when I'm much more presentable. And I think there's something to that, you know? It's like the world sees you a little bit different. So like for instance, right? If I'm going into, I don't know, to the bank and I have to talk to some people, I definitely dress for the occasion. And I think I want to start doing that more in life. And so I've been trying to do my makeup more often. I've been trying to do my hair more often. Look back at some pictures of myself and I'm like, oh my God, I don't look the same. Like, am I just getting old? I don't know. Maybe I'm having a midlife crisis at 25. Speaking of body changes, you guys know from my breast implant video that, you know, I gained 40 pounds because of those implants. Okay, I'm trying to lose it. Trying to see how the results are of my blood work to see how my hypothyroidism is doing, which if you guys know anything about hypothyroidism, you know that you literally cannot lose weight. The worst part about having hypothyroidism, you cannot lose weight. And so I just feel like I've been gaining weight for the past 5 years, 40 pounds to be exact. And it's a lot, you guys. Like, I definitely feel it in my joints now. You know, whenever I'm doing yoga and stuff, it's just like really painful. And I don't want to be this big anymore. So I've been trying to be juicing again. I've been juicing every single day now. I bought myself a slow juicer. Too much ginger. I've been trying to be more self-conscious again because girl, oh boy, you gotta recognize that your body is your temple and you only have one body. So if you are doing bad things to it, if you are putting drugs, alcohol, bad junk food, garbage into your body, that is what's gonna reflect. And I don't want that anymore. I'm really sad. My sister's leaving today to Arkansas. And I was like crying in the bathroom today because I do feel bad, you know, like, oh, how do I explain this? Oh God, I don't want to start crying. I literally just did my makeup, but okay. So you suffer when your parents suffer, and I suffer when my parents suffer, and my parents are suffering because, you know, my sister is moving away. Going back to the whole sister thing, I think I should try blue mascara. Like, why not? Or will that look bad? This mascara is so good. I use the black one so much. It makes my lashes look poppin'. So going back to the whole sister thing. So she's moving, I'm moving away. My poor little parents, they're staying here all by themselves, you know? Maybe it's a little sweet spot for like parents that are immigrants and have risked everything and just left their whole life for their kids to have, you know, the best of life in this new country. I feel like a huge guilt when now I have to willingly leave my parents, you know, whereas like they never had that choice. Like my parents left their country really without a choice because they wanted better for the future generations to come. I did a car vlog on this on my vlog channel if you guys want to check it out. I feel like there's just so much guilt attached when you move away from your parents, especially when parents are, you know, have, like I said, immigrated here to give you everything in their life for you and you're just like leaving and I don't know. So what we ended up doing is hanging out with our parents and kind of recreating like an old day as if we still live with them. We actually slept over at their house. We kind of like slept in the same rooms. We had like a little family sleepover. We made breakfast in the morning and it was so nice. And I slept so like calm. Honestly felt like old times until I opened my eyes, and this might be a little bit emotional, but the only thing that was different, was that my mom had a little bit more wrinkles. So it kind of brought me back to like, oh, this is 7 years into the future, you know? I don't know what it is. I'm about to get my period, but I guess I just feel a little bit like emotional about how some things just change and it never goes back to normal. So that's why you really have to, wow, I can't see what I'm doing because I am crying so much. Okay. Oh no, Natalie, poor Kate. I really like this question. Do you ever think of stepping away from YouTube completely? If so, why? I have had my moments where I've been like, this is so much. Like literally, this is like running a business. Maybe less than 6 months ago, I was really heavily focused on growing this channel in a way that is very different now. I feel like now it's more organic. I'm kind of setting my goals out for other things. So like for instance, I feel so grateful. I feel so honored. It has been incredible. It has been amazing. Just like with anything in life, I think there is always room to grow and touch new territories. You know what I mean? So for me personally, I feel like I will always have this channel up and running. My overall goal would be to be able to step back into Natalie's outlet as my creative outlet, not so much my job. Does that make sense? So I wish that I could, like my hope for the future is that I could create a product that would really be like my business, my, you know, another passion project that I nurture and create and grow. Hopefully, I think that will be amazing. That will definitely happen. Okay, we gotta throw it out into the universe. Wish that YouTube would be that type of like just creative outlet for me again, not so much on like the money or the views or anything like that. That is what I wish to have, and to always continue to have that really close-knit community with you guys, allow you guys to see me grow and change and evolve, and also, you know, you guys as well, because you'd be surprised, like there are so many of you that have been so consistent with me from the very beginning that, you know, your social handle, like your social media handle, I know right off the bat, like you can tell me it and I could attach a name to a face. And that's why usually when I meet you guys at things like VidCon or, you know, my meet and greets or whatever, I'm like, oh my God, hey girl, how's it going? Hey boy, like, you know, and it's so much more special. I'm gonna give myself about 1.5 years to really hone in on what is that next business venture for myself. You know, what do I really want to do? A lot of you guys have asked me about #viral. What happened? What went on? So I'm gonna say it in this video once and for all. I love having a podcast. It was such a fun experience. It was so amazing. We only shot 22 episodes. It did incredible. Like we had over, at that time, I think in a matter of like 2 months, we had over 2 million downloads. Like that is crazy. We did so great. I think what ended up happening is because I lived in Florida and because the podcast was out in LA and we had to get guests in to be able to run the podcast, I had to shoot 22 episodes in a matter of, I think it was 5 days or like 7 days, which was absurd, like crazy. So I feel like when I look back at those episodes, there's not a lot of improvement because I literally was shooting like 5 episodes a day. You know what I'm saying? So there wasn't a lot of growing from that. Would have been a lot better if, you know, I would have been able to go to the studio every week or so and actually shoot an episode and be with the guests. So I think, you know, at the moment, my heart and my sight is not set on like a podcast, but if that opportunity comes about again, or if I wish to reopen it, then that may be something that will be coming up in the near future. But I just have a lot of other goals in mind at the moment. I love this blue mascara. It is so cute. I feel like I want some gold up in this eye. I'm gonna put some blush on right now. Somebody asked, how does it feel to actually love yourself now? Oh my goodness, it is incredible. Like honestly, just getting to the point where you accept and you love what you see in the mirror and you are your biggest cheerleader and you're like, girl, yes, you got it. Like I just don't pick myself apart like that anymore. I don't got time for that, to be honest. I just feel like, you know, what I have and what I had and what is now is majestic. It is beautiful, and I don't know, I just feel like maybe it's been age. I think age helps a lot as well, and maybe it's having a really good group of people around you. Maybe that's a little too pink. I have a great husband that loves me. I love myself. I have a great God that allows me to see myself in the way that he made me, and I feel really blessed. I feel really honored. I know that sounds like really cheesy, but I've gotten to the point where I'm just so grateful for everything, for every air, for every my burgers. Okay. If you're someone that, you know, you're struggling to really love yourself or see yourself as you are, pray to God. But if it doesn't help, just try to talk it out with someone. And if you don't have anyone to talk it out with, then journal, because journaling has been such a great therapeutic activity in my life that I make sure to try to do on the daily. I have this thing where I do morning pages, which is like 3 pages of unconscious just writing. So you pretty much write anything that pops into your head. I'll leave some videos down below on it if you are interested. I also talked about it in a few of my videos, but it is just the best thing that you could do for yourself, you guys. Like literally, you don't know how many junk you have in your mind when you wake up, stresses, anxiety, just things that you really need to just release, because if you don't release it on paper, you will release it and manifest it into this real world. Oh my God, I love this mascara. All right, unfortunately, I don't have gold, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of this color in here, which is not what I like. I'm still old-fashioned. I love doing these little inner corner highlights. I'm all about it. How do you always stay positive and forgive people for what they have done and stay happy? Great question. You know, I once heard this, I think it's like a quote from Buddha. I love this quote. Okay, are you ready? This is by Buddha. He says, holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone, but you are the only one who gets burned. Does that make sense? Like, and that is how anger is. When you hold on to something that you're so angry, it's so hot, it's burning, and you're about to throw it back at someone, the only person getting hurt is yourself. You are literally burning yourself. I love that analogy. And so what I will say to stuff like that is, you know, if you're still upset at someone, let it go. Whether your intention in the end is to reconcile with them or to not, just let it go, man. Do you know how many people have done me in my life? A lot of people. And if I was still holding on to all that baggage, I would be like this. I would be carrying it over my shoulders, and I would not be as successful as I am now because that stuff weighs on you. And so I would just say, literally just let it go, whether that's meditation, prayer, you know, writing it down. This is a lot darker than what I wanted. I did this the other day where I just kind of went up with my eyebrows, and I really like that furry look. Right, it is time to do my hair. Oh my God, I literally love this colored mascara. So pretty. I can't stop staring at myself. Okay, I got some really interesting questions. Have you ever had any paranormal experiences? I love you now. I don't know why I go like this because that shit freaks me out. And yes, I have. And oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Let me just tell you. I've had a few. I think. Oh, there was a time in my life where I was holding hands with the devil. But literally, like, I was just not in God's path. I was going through very dark. I was walking through a very dark path. I was doing bad things. I was engaging with bad things, and I was just not doing well. And I once had this feeling, well, people call it paralysis, where like you get out of your body. Dude, but I did. I literally felt myself like rise up from my bed. It was the worst feeling. I think I died. It was terrible, like literally. And I just saw myself. You know, I saw my room, I saw myself. I was just like floating away, in a way. And I just remember, I don't know what came out of my mouth, but I said like some godly things. Like I was like, in the name of Jesus. Or I was like, I don't know what I said, but I was like, Lord Almighty. I was just like, Lord Jesus, hallelujah. I don't know what I said. So I said something that just like came out of my mouth that I had never heard before, but it was in Spanish. And I was brought back into my body. And I just remember I woke up and I was like, ugh. It literally gives me chills just talking about this because, oh hell no. During that same like period, I'm just currently heating up my Air 1/2 inch curling wand. This is what I use to curl my hair. This costs like 15 bucks. Best curling wand I've probably ever tried as of right now. Also, I'm using a detangler brush, which is amazing. So I was not doing well. I wasn't doing good things in life. And so I had this dream once. Oh, it was terrifying, you guys. Like, it was my room, the exact replica of my room. And I was being dragged by this terrible figure. I can't quite like tell you what it was, but I could hear his voice, and it was rugged and it was rough and it was scary. Again, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about this, but I was just like getting dragged, and I remember I was like holding on to the wood and just like getting like taken down my own stairs and just like into terribleness. I heard screaming. I just heard a lot of bad things. And I remember waking up so afraid, and I was like, oh my God, I think God is like telling me something. I really do. Then I remember getting this text message from one of my cousins. Oh my God, it's just like, it's horrifying. This text message from one of my cousins, Laura, who she was doing like a lot of biblical stuff in her church. And you know, I've had a vision before in life, but I may share this with you guys after. Maybe if I decide to share like my testimony, which I really should, because I gotta praise Jesus Almighty. So she writes to me and she's like, Natalie, you know, I was praying really hard at church for you, and God showed me something, and he showed me two different paths, and he showed me this very like lengthy one, and then he showed me this very short one. And then I'm gonna put the quote up here because I cannot remember it right now, but it was something about like the pathway, like few people will travel through this pathway or something like that. And it spoke to me when she wrote that to me, and I started breaking down, crying, and I just prayed to God, and I apologized for all the things that I had been doing, and I told him, you know, please take me out of everything that I've been up to, and please just help me become a better person again. And just like, please don't forget about me. And please save me. Like, that is like one of my biggest fears in life, is to not be saved. And, you know, it's true. Like, few people will go down that path because few people choose to accept God and really praise him and all this stuff. I gotta get back to church. Anyways, since I'm gonna be going to LA, if any of you guys aren't in LA area and you can recommend some really nice churches for me, that would be amazing, because I think that's the first thing I need to do when I get to Los Angeles, is find myself a holy place. What's your favorite part of your day? I have many, and they all include Dennis. I know this is kind of like corny, but it's also fun. I have many favorite parts of my days. I love my home. First of all, I feel so grateful. I think now that I'm moving, I've really, like, I see it as it is, and I'm so grateful. And I ask myself, I'm like, God, how did you give me all of this? And when did all of this happen? When did I purchase this? Like, really? Like, sometimes I think we just go through life and we're like, we forget about all of the amazing things that we have. I just look at my bathroom, my toilet, my ceilings and everything, and I feel so grateful for everything. I give thanks every single day. I feel so blessed. Dennis and I have established like a routine in the morning where we go downstairs, we make breakfast, then, you know, we have like a really fun, just like time together. Like, my favorite parts of my day are my morning and then my night, because there's always a certain routine to it. I can't explain it. It's just like something that, there's nothing like really special, I guess, you know, or really much to explain about it. It's just special to me, like being able to spend that time with him in the morning and like cook our oatmeal and then eat it together and then go upstairs and get ready for the day. And then like at the end of the night, it's like the same exact thing. And I think it's so nice. I love it. I love this question so much. Are you more excited or scared for the future? Oh, okay, I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna be like a glass half empty right now. I'm actually more scared. I don't know what it is. I wish I was more excited. I think everything really is a state of mind, and mine hasn't been that great recently as it could be. I'm working on it. For a while, I was doing a lot of like self-help type of videos, like productivity, how to wake up earlier, how to feel less anxious hacks and stuff like that. And a lot of you were like, oh my God, Natalie, like, you are so relaxed, you're so organized, you got your whole life together. And I just want you guys to know that no, not necessarily. Like, the only reason why I was doing, like, okay, everybody that does those types of videos has it all together. Matter of fact, I think I had it a little bit less untogether, but I was trying to learn and also share with you guys everything that I was learning. Right now, I'm just a little scared. I think change is scary, and I think moving is scary. I've only moved one other time, which was when I came here to Orlando from Chicago, but I moved with my family, you know, and now I'm moving with my other family, which is like Dennis and Jupiter, and it's just, oh, it's bittersweet. I'm gonna miss my parents so much, and I love my parents. I can't explain it. But I also feel like I can't let that hold me back forever. You know what I mean? And, you know, like, my dad tells me so many stories about his childhood and just like everything, and everything it's just so different for me. Like, the first thing that come into my head is like, my dad was so like humble and poor growing up that like they had to wipe their butts with newspaper, and they only had like one pair of underwear, and it was like 11 kids, and they were all sleep in like 3 beds, and it was just like crazy. Like, my grandfather, he didn't get married until his parents passed away because he felt like there was such a huge obligation there to be with them. And wow, I can't say like, you know, that's right or wrong. That's the life he chose to live. And, you know, at the age of 50, he ended up marrying my grandma. I fell really deeply in love, and then they had 12 kids, 11 kids right after. It just kind of goes to show it's never too late. And, you know, my grandfather at 50, like, everybody was probably like, dude, like, you're not having kids anymore. And look, he proved everyone wrong, and he still was. The point is, I'm just trying to say like how different life is sometimes. Somebody asked me how to have a healthy relationship with your boyfriend. Now, this might get a little controversial, but I do want to touch on it just because I do have a lot of younger viewers, and obviously to each their own. Everybody is so different, you know, in the way of thinking and the way they want to live their lives. But I will say this, and I kind of think this could be a really great video on its own, but just quickly sprinkling this in. You guys will let me know down below if you are interested in hearing more. But I really do think, okay, a boyfriend should not be treated like a husband, and you can take that how you wish, but I'm gonna be very direct, and I'm gonna say I don't believe in premarital sex. I think it really complicates things. I've experienced it before, and I think yeah, I think you just, you commit too early to something that you're not really sure of. And I think as a boyfriend and as a girlfriend, there's such a special like bond there that is very different from a husband and from a wife, but some people really jump into that really quickly. And I think people can burn some bridges doing that too quickly. I'm saying it from personal experience. And then number two, I would say be very open with, okay, wow, that sounds like I'm totally contradicting myself, but just be very open with your communication. Not with your legs, sorry. Okay, a few of you have asked me what's my favorite video that I've ever filmed. It's definitely my breast explant video. It was just a video that, both of those, it was just a video that, you know, it means so much to me. I put so much of my heart into that. Like I spent over, I don't know, a few months working on that, and it was just really nice to kind of speak my truth and my experience and get such an overwhelmingly incredible feedback from it and just response. So I thank you guys for listening. I thank you guys for sharing that story. Why doesn't anyone want to stop global warming and climate change? I have no idea. I am just barely learning about this stuff and I am in sheer shock and I feel very passionate about it too. I hope to make a video on this very soon. Look, the hair is done. Ooh, but not quite, okay? I'm gonna be putting on this Nourishing Dry Shampoo by Bumble and Bumble right at the roots just to give it a little bit more volume. I was watching this documentary that Leonardo DiCaprio has on Netflix. Very interesting. You guys should watch it if you want a little intro into global warming. But I just didn't know we had to the year 2030 to get this up and running. Like that is only 12 years. I'm scared and I'm definitely gonna be doing my part to try to make things better. And the first thing I'm gonna be doing is educating myself because I feel like I don't know much on the topic. What is this? Texturizing spray. I guess you could use any one that you want. Oh, it smells so good. It smells like Salon. And this just kind of gives me a little bit of volume, girl. I usually put on this little oil infused oil by Gisou, which I love. Oh, I love it. Cute. A lot of you want to know how Dennis and I met, but I feel like I've already said this a bajillion times. I'm gonna leave you guys some videos down below. I also did a like Valentine's Day edition and we talked about how we met and it was pretty great. Were you popular throughout high school? Definitely not. I feel like I didn't have that many like friends, or I feel like a lot of people did want to be my friend, but I didn't have the time to like invest into them. Definitely not popular throughout school. I was just kind of like just there. I loved running for things, so I was like vice president for Key Club, the co-captain for the dance team. I did like student council for 5th grade. I always loved like running for positions. I don't know what it is, it's just like within me and I love that. It's also like scary, but I kind of like that thrill. So a lot of you asked about another dog. I wanted to leave this to the very end because my dad watches my videos and my parents get so mad when I say I'm gonna get another dog, but I am getting another dog in July and I hope my parents can understand that. So that is what's going on. July, this month, yep. Did you ever get braces and or tooth whiteners? I never got braces. My teeth did, however, shift greatly when I did not remove my wisdom teeth, but I feel like that naturally just would have happened. I've never had braces. I like my smile as it is. I have whitened it with like Crest white strips and stuff like that, but I stay away from that stuff now just because I know like what's really in it, and I feel like, I don't know. I think you just gotta embrace yourself as you really are. I mean, it's okay to better yourself. Like, it's okay to like whiten your teeth. You know, I do it sometimes too. But what I'm saying is like not be so excessive with like looks and like, I'm just not that type of person. I just, yeah, I don't know. I'd rather like be smarter and I don't know. I've just never been like that. I know there's like this huge trend of everyone getting veneers for a while. Again, it's just like, why? Your teeth are so beautiful. They make your teeth like so tiny, like super, super small, and they put all these fake teeth in it. And yeah, the teeth look very nice, but a lot of the time I feel like they look very like large, like larger than what they really should be. Yeah, just don't mess with that. What is your next video? I think I'm gonna leave it off on that one. I wanna know from you guys what you wanna see next from me. Literally be as honest and as real down below. I wanna know first and foremost, what are your favorite videos to watch for me? And secondly, what are videos that you would love to see from me? And thirdly, what are videos that you love to see? Just tell me down below. I'm really curious. If you would like to stay connected with me on my Instagram or my Twitter, I'm gonna leave them down below. You guys can DM me in case you miss me throughout the week. I love talking to you guys on there. If you're not subscribed to this channel, please be sure to subscribe for more content like this and a lot of other content like on my channel. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. I know it was a little bit different, but I thought it was fun. You know, something a little bit different, a little bit spicy, and I'm loving this blue mascara. I could just stare at it all day long. Anyways, I hope that you guys have an amazing day, and I hope to see you guys very soon in my next video. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye!